You know that feeling? When you desperately need just the right words for a situation. Maybe trying to smooth things over after a mistake, or, when you're on a date and things feel like they're clicking.
Yeah, it can feel pretty high stakes sometimes. And today, we're actually looking at something that seems simple on the surface. It's an English learning dialogue.
Right, not some heavy academic text,
But
but
yeah.
this dialogue, it's all about a relationship that's just starting out.
Exactly. And our mission here is to kind of uh, dig into it. We want to pull out the useful language, sure, but also get at the communication secrets, really, how people talk in those early, sometimes awkward stages of romance.
And even though it's framed as a language lesson, the ideas, the phrases, they're pretty universal, aren't they?
Totally relevant. Okay, so where does it start?
It kicks off with an apology, straight up. I feel just awful about this whole thing.
Which is, well, it's a strong start. Taking ownership right away, that's pretty fundamental if you want to fix something.
Definitely. And then comes the key phrase, I want to make it up to you.
Ah, yes. Make it up to you. It's more than just saying sorry, isn't it? It's active. It's saying, I did something wrong and I want to do something good to balance it out.
Like restoring the balance.
Yeah.
You mentioned before, there's this human need for things to feel fair in relationships. This phrase taps right into that.
It really does. It's not just politeness. It's addressing that feeling of inequity. So if you, I don't know, forget a birthday.
Or worse, insult someone's mother. Oh, that's a classic example they use. Or miss an anniversary. Big things.
Yeah, exactly. Things that create a sort of debt, emotionally speaking.
Yeah.
And making it up is the offer to repay that debt, to fix the imbalance.
So in this dialogue, the specific offer is, let me take you out to dinner tonight, my treat.
Simple, effective, my treat. Everyone gets that. It just means I'm paying.
Like saying, hey, beers are on me tonight to your friend.
Precisely. It's a small thing, maybe, but it shows you're willing to invest a bit time, money in the other person, in fixing things or just building the connection.
And the response is pretty positive, right? Oh, that sounds great. I'd love to.
Yeah, no messing around. Just straight enthusiasm. Which tells you something, maybe there's already a spark there, or at least real willingness.
Then it gets practical. Here's my address. Pick me up at 8.
Pick me up. Common phrase, obviously. Just means come and get me.
Like your husband forgets to pick you up from work, or you're waiting for a taxi. Same idea.
Yep. Functional. But here it also shows, a level of trust. Giving your address, coordinating, it moves things forward.
Okay, so let's jump to after the date. Things seem to have gone well.
Yeah, we get that positive feedback. Thank you for such a lovely evening. The food was amazing, and I had a great time.
Standard politeness, shows appreciation. Good stuff. But then it gets a bit more personal.
Right. You look so beautiful tonight. That's different. It's a direct compliment to the person, not just the evening.
A moment of real affirmation there. And then this feeling, I wish this night would never end.
Ah, the classic. You're just enjoying yourself, enjoying their company so much you don't want it to stop. It really captures that feeling of connection.
But then, the mood shifts a bit. There's that line. There's something that I have to tell you.
Ooh, yeah. That always makes you lean in, doesn't it? You just know something important is coming. Creates suspense.
Totally. And the line that follows really sets it up. I woke up today thinking that this would be just like any other ordinary day, but I was wrong.
Using ordinary there is key. It emphasizes how unexpected this feeling, this moment actually is. It draws a line between the everyday and, well, whatever's coming next.
And the explanation for why it's not ordinary. The twist of fate brought us together. Now that's a phrase.
It is evocative, isn't it? A twist of fate. It speaks to that feeling when something completely unplanned happens, but it feels significant, like it was meant to be almost.
Like the example they gave about missing a flight that crashes. That's a huge dramatic twist of fate.
Exactly. That's life-altering chance.
Yeah.
But in dating, it's more like maybe you bump into someone unexpectedly and it leads somewhere amazing, that coffee shop meeting turning into a marriage, that kind of thing.
Right. It feels less random, more destined. And then there's this line, I crashed into your life and you into mine.
Crashed. It's a strong word. It suggests it wasn't gentle or gradual. It was sudden, impactful.
Like a disruption, but a good one.
Yeah, a positive disruption. Something that shook things up and created this powerful, unexpected connection, which leads right into the big moment.
The confession. And this may sound crazy, but I'm falling in love with you.
Boom. There it is. Falling in love. That point where initial attraction starts turning into something deeper, more
It
serious.
feels like a really vulnerable thing to say, especially maybe early on.
It absolutely is. And it really underscores the power of just saying what you feel, which actually brings us to maybe the core message here, wrapped up in two incredibly powerful yet simple phrases.
I'm sorry, and I love you.
Exactly. The building blocks, really, of keeping any relationship healthy and strong.
Let's take I'm sorry first. It's easy to say the words, but the meaning behind it,
Hmm.
that's what matters.
Right. It's huge. It's not just admitting you messed up, it's taking responsibility for how your actions affected someone else. It shows you actually care about their feelings more than your own pride in that moment.
That takes humility and courage, actually, to admit you were wrong.
It really does. It's not weakness, it's strength. And it's often the only way to start healing hurt and rebuilding that trust. It opens the door.
To forgiveness, yeah. Which you need if you want to move past things. Okay, so then there's I love you. We usually think romance, but it's broader than that.
Much broader. Yes, romance, absolutely. But it's fundamentally about expressing a deep bond, showing someone they're valued, cherished. You say it to family, to close friends.
And it's not just the words, is it? It's backed up by actions.
Yeah,
Showing up for people, kindness, support.
exactly. The words matter, but the actions give them weight. Now, think about putting them together. I'm sorry, I love you.
Wow. Yeah, that feels incredibly powerful, like bridging the gap between the hurt and the connection.
It really is. It says, okay, I messed up, I caused pain, but the fundamental bond between us, the love, is still here. It's stronger than this mistake.
It shows you value the relationship more than being right, more than your ego.
That's emotional maturity right there. It acknowledges the conflict, but reaffirms the commitment. It can stop fights from escalating, rebuild trust. It's huge.
And it's amazing how these aren't just for romantic partners. You need this stuff with family, friends, and maybe even colleagues sometimes.
Absolutely. Think about the ripple effect. If more people were willing to genuinely say, I'm sorry, when they err, and express appreciation or care, I love you, in its broader sense, imagine the difference. It fosters empathy. It strengthens communities.
It comes back to just recognizing we're all human, we all make mistakes, and connection is vital.
And that twist of fate idea we talked about, it connects here too. Sometimes unexpected challenges, arguments, they happen. A twist of fate might even be the thing that causes the hurt, but then the I'm sorry, I love you can be the response that navigates it.
Like in that anecdote you shared, winning the vacation because friends chipped in. That felt like a positive twist of fate born from generosity.
Yeah, exactly. A totally unexpected, wonderful outcome from a simple act of connection and kindness among friends. It wasn't a conflict situation, but it shows how these unplanned moments, these connections, can lead to amazing things. It all ties together.
So for everyone listening, what's the takeaway? It's not just about learning phrases for a date, is it?
Not at all. It's about recognizing the sheer power these simple words, sorry, love, make it up to you, hold in all your relationships. How often do you actually use them and mean them?
Yeah, and maybe why we sometimes hesitate. Is it fear of looking weak, being vulnerable?
Perhaps, but maybe we need to reframe that. Saying I'm sorry or I love you isn't weakness. It's strength. It builds trust, deepens intimacy. It's relationship superglue, basically.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we started with a simple dialogue about dating.
And ended up unpacking some really core communication tools.
Oh.
Taking responsibility, making amends, showing appreciation.
Expressing positive feelings, being vulnerable, and the immense weight of I'm sorry and I love you.
It just shows that even seemingly basic language can carry profound meaning and be key to building and maintaining strong connections.
So here's something to think about as we finish. Can you recall a time when a simple I'm sorry or a heartfelt I love you really changed things in one of your relationships? Maybe repaired something broken or just made someone feel truly seen?
And reflecting on that, how can you maybe be a bit more intentional, a bit more courageous in using these words yourself? And also, perhaps take a moment to consider your own twists of fate, those unexpected turns that have shaped your life and relationships in ways you never predicted.